Alright, let's take a start with speaking part 1. I'm going to ask you some questions. My first question is it or do you find it easy to remember the numbers, especially mobile numbers or telephone numbers?
Not at all. I can't remember phone mobile numbers or different kind of numbers at all the time. But sometimes I can remember just few of numbers, like my father's phone number, my mother's phone number. I just can only remember these two numbers.
Alright. Why do you think numbers are important in our life?
Numbers are very important in our life because sometimes because some of the times we can fall into a difficult situation. If one can remember any number of his family, like his mother or father, then he can trying to call her.
He can try to call.
He can try to call his family by remembering the number.
Okay, do you have any lucky number?
Not at all. I do not have any lucky number because I never trying to check.
I never try to check.
I never try to check that the number is my lucky one or not.
Alright, do you believe in numerology? The science of numbers related to your luck and all that. Do you believe in numerology?
Yes, I believe because there are many things which are related to our name, our date of birth, or the time when we were born. So I believe in that.
Okay, that's good. We now move on to IELTS speaking part 2. Your topic is describe a volunteering experience you have had. You should say what it was, where it was, why you volunteered, and explain how you felt about it. Your time starts now.
I have not had many volunteering experiences in my life, but recently I got an opportunity to have a volunteering experience. In April 2020, our Prime Minister ordered a complete lockdown due to COVID-19. Due to this thing, there were many people whose income were affected by COVID-19 lockdown, especially labor works. These people's living is totally based on their daily earnings, and due to pandemic, their source of income was gone. There are some lower class people which are trying to give their children a better lifestyle.
Who were trying to give?
Lower class people.
Right.
And they decided to fulfill these. They decided to send their children in a good school or a private school. But in COVID-19, the private schools had decided to take online classes and they charged full fee. There were no concession. And the lower class people can't afford this. Due to this, I had decided to take myself as a volunteer to teach their kids at my home without any cost. First of all, I asked my parents that I am going to do this. My whole family supported me, and first time in my life, I feel very good.
Okay, I felt.
Okay.
Try to summarize your ideas because you've spoken for around 2 minutes and still your topic is going on. So you should summarize your ideas, the first thing. Sometimes you're missing the helping verb. So you should avoid that. And you used which for people. For people we use who.
Okay.
Right? And then you use the word repeatedly. Children's, people's. Child, children. Person, people. So with people and children we don't use S. Then you said decided to took online. It should have been decided to take. Not to took. After to we use first form.
Okay.
Right? And then you said in the past can't. It should have been couldn't. Right? After that you said just cost. You pronounced it as coast. So coast is another word and cost is another word. Right?
Okay.
These type of things were there. So just try to, at the end you said I feel. It should have been I felt. Right?
Felt.
So these type of mistakes are there. Let's move on to speaking part 3. What qualities are required for being a volunteer?
There are not some important qualities that a volunteer should have. Just a volunteer should be able to volunteer himself without any benefit, without accepting any benefit like for example, doctors can volunteer his or herself.
Doctors can volunteer themselves.
Well, doctors can volunteer themselves without any cost, and teachers can teach children without any benefit.
Okay. What type of personality does a volunteer have or should have?
A volunteer should be very humble and friendly. He has to wear a smile on his face. Because of this, people can easily access these people.
Okay, in part 3 your answers are short, there are certain pauses and you're not speaking fluently in one go the way you should. One last question, how can companies engaging in volunteering help our society?
So can you repeat the question?
Sure, how can companies engaging in volunteer activities help our society?
Companies can engage those people who want to volunteer themselves
yes.
to help somebody else, someone else. They can. There are some NGOs who are which are can access those people who want to give their services free of cost. The NGOs and different companies can access these pupils and
okay, all right. So overall grammar, the first thing. The second thing is fluency, because you know that's what they check, and then there are some pauses, and in part 3 some answers are short. You should avoid all these things and improve your grammar so that you don't have, because you know in the past tense you're using present, then there are some other irregularities and all that. At present, still, to be on the positive side, I'll give you a 6 band looking at your other areas, right? But you'll have to work very hard if you are looking for 7 or 6.5. You must improve your grammar first. Once your grammar is fine, automatically you will be fluent,
Okay.
right? That will improve your band score, right? Thank you.